Welcome back to Unperfect with Alexi. It's the perfect place for imperfect people. And today I have a very special guest. It is my cousin Barbara. It's like you're coming on my podcast. We're in beautiful, sunny, well, now dark and cold Arizona. One thing I want to talk to you about is homeschooling, because I know you've homeschooled all three of your kids their entire life.
Yes, but we've definitely taken part in partnerships with the state.
I think there's more of a push for people to homeschool now, because I think a lot of parents don't necessarily agree with certain curriculum, or
it's not so like stereotypical anymore.
Yeah,
too, you know,
like a homeschool jungle freak,
skirts and jumpers and long braided hair.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like there was such a stigma around homeschooled kids, where it was like, oh, if you're homeschooled, you're unsocialized, or you're just weird. And seeing all of your kids, I'm like, they're the furthest things
cool
from
kids.
Weird. They're really cool.
They're super cool.
Like, I want to be like them. I want to be them. But what made you decide to homeschool in the first place?
Let's see. I think this is a long time ago. I think my sister influenced me to look into homeschooling more. I went to public schools and I knew the stuff that I was doing in public school and learning, and I wanted to protect my kids from that. So when Ava, my oldest, got to homeschooling age, and I had so many friends, I think that was it too. Like the church that we went to, almost all of my friends homeschooled. So it was kind of like just the natural decision to make to do that. So I started homeschooling. Lots of mistakes, lots of just learning as you go.
Ooh, what was one of the first mistakes you made that you were like, okay?
Starting my kid too early.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ava, we did kindergarten twice because I realized, no, she's not ready to go on to first grade.
Really?
So, yeah, she's a July birthday. So I started her right when she turned 5, like right after she turned 5. And she just wasn't ready. And I think that's the beauty of homeschooling too, is like you can decide, hey, we're going to repeat this one. Or, you know, like I don't have to commit just because I entered her into kindergarten. Like I can decide later on, okay, that's not right. That's not working out. Like let's give this a go next year. And so that was nice.
Yeah.
And I think because I was her teacher and learning and seeing like the things that she was able to learn or not able to learn, I knew that I was her teacher. And so I was like, she's not ready to go on to first grade. So we're going to do kindergarten again. Whereas like if she were in a school, she might just fly right under the radar.
She might just get good enough grades to get by.
And I'm sure there are lots of kids where the teacher does pick up on it and meets with the parents. But I don't know, just being the parent and the teacher, I know Ava so well. Like I know my own kid so well. So
I do want to say that I think that homeschooling your kid can be a luxury, because I know that there's a lot of single parents or people who can't afford to have one parent stay home, and you kind of have to enter the school system in that way so you can make ends meet. But I do think that there are some people who send their kids to school and expect the teachers to parent their kids and expect the teachers to discipline and raise their kids and teach them everything. That's the beauty of homeschooling, is that, like you said, you know your kid really well. I was going to say inside out, but that would say sound wrong.
Yeah. And I agree with you. And I think that everybody needs to make their own informed decision. And I think public school is a great fit for some families. Private school, like I'm not dogmatic in homeschooling is the only way to go or anything like that. I actually didn't even want to homeschool.
Really?
Yeah, no, I still don't really like it.
Okay, that's good to hear though, because I feel like there's going to be people like with parenting where you become a parent, you're like, I'm supposed to love every second of this.
Like some of my friends would get so excited for the homeschool fairs, you know, in the beginning of the year, and like spend their whole budget on homeschooling curriculum with like all the kits and like all this stuff that you're supposed to have. And it just would stress me out. Yeah. And so it was like my goal to find a good, like minimalist curriculum, just approach in general to homeschool my kids. And so over time, over many years, I finally like just fine-tuned it into how I wanted it to be. And so it was a process, but it worked. And getting involved in co-ops, like having a community around you is just so vital.
Yeah.
So vital. Like kindergarten Ava's first 2 years or maybe 3 years, I wasn't part of a co-op or anything. I had friends who would help me, but it just felt lonely and like I'm not really sure what I'm doing. So once I got involved in a co-op, all the moms like have different classes that they're teaching, and you know, they can like dissect things. And
oh, that's how co-ops work.
Yeah,
is each mom kind of takes on a lesson and teaches the whole group of kids.
Yeah, so like I taught science one year.
You taught science?
Yeah.
Are you good at science?
No. The people who make curriculums are good at what they do for the most part. You know, I'm sure there's some dud curriculums out there, but so I mean nowadays homeschooling is just such a mainstream thing now.
It is.
That you can find curriculum for any style of approach that you want, and they have it out there. So
where, if somebody is looking to homeschool their kid in a short amount of time, in the near future is what I'm trying to say, where would you suggest that they start based off all your experience?
If they've decided to start homeschooling, where should they start?
Yes. That's a great question. Can you answer it?
Question to answer. Let's see. Maybe just searching the internet for your state, because there are different rules in each state for homeschooling. So you'll need to know right there
what the state requires.
Yeah, and if they're like Alaska was the most amazing state to homeschool in.
Really?
And yeah, there's no requirements or anything really, and then their partnerships that they have with the state are just like, you get so much money to do whatever you want with, as long as it can be considered educational. So moving down to Washington, that was like a smack upside the head, which Washington is a homeschool friendly state too, but
really,
there was just a lot more red tape that you have to work with.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so because I'm gonna homeschool Noah and Eli, I'm gonna try it and see how it goes. I know a girl who is starting a co-op local to me, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
But I should go on the old Gooks and type in Washington State homeschool curriculum.
Yeah.
And then just see what comes up on there.
Yeah.
And then you kind of have pick of the litter. Is there anything specific that you should look for?
Did you say Washington State homeschool curriculum?
Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah.
I don't know why I said
You're listening very intently.
No. So you want to do like, I think it's the WHO, like Washington Homeschool Organization or something like that, and they have like all the rules, and they can help you, and they're ladies you can reach out to, and then like join a Facebook group for homeschooling in Washington State, or you know, whatever, you'll find them.
Okay.
And join some, so then you can pick the brains of the different approaches there, and use the search bar and get all of your little questions answered.
All your little questions. You can have your little questions answered there. So from your experience, because Barbara, I'm sorry. I have a nickname I call her, but I can't say it. I'm sure you guys know. I'm sure you could put two and two together. But she said, don't introduce me like that. Yep. You're grandfathered into that nickname, but you're not allowed to tell people that's my name. She had already said, when I told her I want to talk about homeschooling, that she's like, I am not the expert on this, like a little imposter syndrome kicked in, but I don't care.
I'm not any
You're
authority.
An expert. You've done it for 18 years almost with 3 kids.
Yeah. 15 maybe or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, whatever. You know. But you did it. And so I'm just interested in your perspective of somebody who's been in the trenches, because I don't think you need a degree.
Find somebody. So you have me, and you'll always have me to call up, and if you're having any questions about, you know, homeschooling or anything else, because I love you.
Oh, love you.
But that is definitely something that everybody should have, is somebody like almost like a mentor, you know, for homeschooling that you can see and you are inspired by. They have older kids, so you can see, like, you can see that Ava and Gabe and Eden, like, they actually are improving in their in every way.
They're smart. They're the best kids ever.
They're
like
good kids.
They're so even keel and just calm and rational.
Yeah. Some of them are rational.
Are you talking about
Gabriel's pretty rational.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
He's going to be a lawyer, I swear.
I just said that the other day. It's so funny.
Well, I think you told me that a long time ago.
Yeah,
that's because he's always like, why?
He always has a rebuttal. Just anything.
Is that like me and my mom?
No. It's nothing like you and your mom.
I was trying to get my mom on this podcast because my mom is her aunt. And my mom, she's so easy to poke. Like you poke the bear and she just gives really good reactions. Like, I feel like I should start recording her reactions and putting them on TikTok. There's this one guy.
She would be so mad.
Who's called Tony, and his mom is like very much like that.
Yeah.
Where you can get a reaction for anything almost. And it's my supply.
Vice.
Love you, Mom. I have a couple more questions on the homeschooling front, and then I'm sure this conversation will flow into some other fun things. Okay, but what is your top perk that you've seen of homeschooling, and what's your number one downfall you've seen with homeschooling? Like, what's your pro and con?
I would say the top perk is being able to spend more time with them. So because I get to spend more time with them, I feel like I have just a better gauge on their life in general, like how they're going in and growing in all areas. But I feel bad because there's so many people who can't homeschool.
I know.
But I just feel like I have a more like genuine relationship with them.
Yeah.
And maybe it has to do with how I am as a parent too. I don't know. Like,
you are a chill parent. Like, you're cool.
I try to be. I try to like make
Structured.
sure that they still have their own autonomy or, you know, like agency with everything, and like they're their own humans versus like me trying to like form them into the robot that I want them to be, you know?
I like that.
So yeah, and that's been a work in progress. Like, I was not like that 7-8 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I was more like, I don't know if militant would be the right word, but just very
authoritarian.
Which one's the bad one? There's authoritative and authoritarian.
I am the law.
I was the authority, but I also expected them to make mistakes, and like I wasn't on the extreme end for authoritarian, but I have changed a lot. So who knows if that's helped the relationship. Like, I know lots of people who have their kids in full-time school have great relationships with their kids too. But I just feel like that's a big perk I see. Maybe I need that extra time in order to like get a better relationship with them. I don't know. Than I would have had. That would be the greatest perk, is just feeling like I have a richer relationship with them.
Yeah.
And then the worst one you said?
Yeah. What's your con?
Having to spend as much time with them as I have to.
So it's a pro and con.
It's a double-sided coin.
It's like I get to spend so much time with my kids. I love them so much. But also the con is that I'm with my kids 24/7.
Yeah. Like, I've realized recently it's important for me to get away and have my own time. And
you mean as in
like,
this trip?
Yeah. Stuff like that.
You're like, I got on the airplane and realized I need this. I needed that.
Yeah.
Well,
so
that's good.
I think in Alaska, where I had a lot of close girlfriends, it was more natural to just get up and go have a girls' night or spend some time with a friend away from the kids.
Yeah.
But then since moving down here 5 years ago, I have to be more intentional now about like getting time away by myself.
We took that one time, just you and me, away from the kids when we went to Silverwood.
Oh, yeah.
And do you remember we went first ride? We're like, let's go to the one that you shoot to the top and then you just free fall. I was trying to get over.
That was my first time. I've never been on that.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever go on it again.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I should have had my eyes closed the entire time, but they were open, watching us just get higher and higher and higher. And I don't know if you can relate to this, but ever since I had kids, I have this weird anxiety of heights, like this fear of heights that I never had before. But as soon as I had Noah,
interesting,
I started getting this like anxiousness about heights. And I first realized it when I was on an escalator.
Really?
In New York. Yeah, it was really strange. And I couldn't even go down it because
really,
like the platform the escalator was on, it was so long that when you were standing on it, you couldn't see the floor. And I was like, that is too long.
Yeah.
That is too long. So instead we took a glass bottom elevator. down.
That's worse.
But I know that's everyone was with me. Like, you'll take this elevator. I was like, I will take an Uber.
Because that's heights and claustrophobia now.
Now you got the double whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt trapped in this, in Hudson Yards in New York. If you know, you know.
Oh my goodness.
But I had that fear of heights, and then we went to Silverwood, and I was like, let's just get over this fear. Let's go on the one that free falls from the top. And I just, for some reason, kept my eyes open the entire time, and I'm like, I could just feel the anxiety just rising in my body. And then
you didn't tell me.
Oh, it's because I try to keep that on bay.
That was a wild trip because we went on that. And I realized I couldn't look down. Like, I had to look out at the horizon. And
I'm like, a little anxious thinking about it right now.
But then we got stuck, remember, on that ride? Yeah. Because then we were like on the thing for 30 minutes or whatever, and it finally like started going.
That was scary.
And then we went straight from that ride to Tilt-A-Whirl. And remember, I got off and I almost threw up.
It was fun though to go to an amusement park, just two adults. We got to do whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
And did we even go over to the slide or the Boulder Beach section?
Yeah, we did like the lazy river.
Yeah. We did. That was so fun.
It was.
Yeah. That was a good time. My husband had no interest in going. My mom was like, you guys go. And we're like, okay, all right. Let's go drive an hour and go to Silverwood.
Shucks.
It was so fun. Big part of why I want to homeschool is because if we have the means at the time, I would love to take them on like real life field trips. Like,
oh yeah, I was going to add that to my biggest perk too, is being able to like the time that you get with them, you can just go on road trips.
Yeah.
And it's definitely easier when the kids are younger, like 5th grade and I mean, some of middle school too, because you're not really getting credits unless you're working ahead. But like probably 7th grade and down are the easiest times to get away and do your road trips or whatever. I guess any time is fine if you are very independent and you're not part of like a co-op or a parent partnership with the state. Years after we moved down, we joined this parent partnership, and it's like, you can go up to, if you're in high school, you can go up to like 3 days a week.
Wow.
To this thing. There's different teachers. They're all fun classes. Like they were in pottery classes and
that'd be so fun.
Yeah. A lot of stuff that like you can't really do at home.
Yeah.
So it's a lot great. It's great enrichment. But then they have like high school accredited classes you can enroll them into. So. And
isn't Ava on Running Start?
No, she was signed up for Running Start, and we pulled out at the last minute because we didn't move. Oh. And so it would have been like an hour drive for her in the mountains.
It's okay.
Yeah. So next year we're hoping we hope we can move, but also, I won't even get into it.
Touchy subject.
I'll leave it out.
Are you kidding me? Touchy subject. Yeah. Don't talk about it.
She is taking an Eastern college class, Eastern University.
Ooh.
She's getting her English credit.
Cool. Did you know I graduated high school with my associate's degree?
I did.
Well, I wanted you guys to know too. I wanted to give myself that nice pat on the back. I graduated high school with my associate's degree, and I got my bachelor in communication before I turned 21. And then I finished half of my master's degree, and then Riley got really sick, and so I dropped out. But
that's right.
Honestly, saying I finished half of my MBA, I'm like, that's good enough for me.
I know.
Honestly, like, what am I really gonna do with that right now? I mean, I always have it.
You're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
With half a master's degree.
With half a master's degree. It's like I have 2.5 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's better than me.
I was looking into getting my PhD.
Really?
Just for
what?
Just to have, I don't know, just to have it.
Yeah. Were you really?
Yeah. Dead serious.
I had a know-it-all friend up in Alaska, and I'm like, what is so bad about admitting that you didn't know something, you know?
Yes. What's wrong with that? If you don't know something, just say I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't get it, and it would just drive me nuts. And so I started saying around my kids, around her, like, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay. Like, who cares?
Right, Sophia? Oh. It's okay to be wrong. That's not her real name.
Yeah.
This is a fake name. Did she get the hint?
I don't know. She probably just matured and realized that it's okay to be wrong.
You know, I have people like that I know that they will fight you to be right. And I'm like, it's really not that deep.
Yeah.
It's really
Why is
like
it a big deal?
What does that do for you? I know. Let's get psychological really quick.
Okay.
It's the ego.
For sure.
Feeling as though if you are not right all the time, that there is something wrong with you. Mm-hmm. That being wrong means that you are innately, as a human being, wrong. Mm-hmm. It's like too internalized. Yeah. Like it truly is not that deep. Being wrong is not that deep.
Have you read the book Nurture Shock? I know I
have
to get you to read it.
I have it. I just haven't read it.
Okay. I think it's the first chapter. Just read it, and then you'll want to keep reading it. But it's talking about how we're like, damn, and you know this. I know we've had this conversation before, but like how telling your kids, "Oh, you're so smart," like, "Oh, Noah, you're so smart," like when he puts a puzzle together or whatever, is damaging to their growth, and it creates that kind of a mindset where just the studies, it's in the book, but the studies that they did, like they had two different kids putting together puzzles, like kindergartners or something, and they put together a super easy like preschool puzzle, and one kid got told, "Oh man, you worked so hard on that puzzle, like good job, buddy," and you know, I could see that you were really struggling there, but you kept doing it, you know, and look at, you got it. Versus the other kid, the adults around would say, "You're so smart. Good job." You know, like, "Oh, we're so proud of you. You're so smart. You put the puzzle together." And almost instantly, the next puzzle that the people gave them was like a 5th grade puzzle. So it was a lot harder. And they both struggled. But the second kid pretty much right away just gave up and refused to do it because he's afraid of losing the
smart accolade.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other kid just persisted on and continued on and eventually got it and was so proud of himself. And anyway,
you're talking about the action rather than putting a blanket statement of like, you are so this.
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of parents do that though. Yeah. Because even after you've told me this before, but I still have caught myself being like, "You're so smart," but I'll try to be like, "Oh, that is smart." Like try to catch myself.
It's hard. It's hard when you start trying to change it because you realize, man, I have all these habits.
Well, and you want to speak that into your kids and be like, "Wow, you are really smart."
Yeah. And you think they're really smart. Like you're being genuine, but you have to just be more intentional about what it is that you're giving them accolades, you know?
I like that.
Like, I can see that you really, you know.
You're a hard worker.
Yeah, but a little bit, you want to even be a little bit more.
You're working hard.
See that you're really struggling. You just kept working and good job, you know.
So it's like I could see the hardship and then look at what you did. It's more about
like empathizing and instead of maybe spectating like, "Oh, you're so smart." It'd be more about empathizing like what it was that got him there, you know.
You're so smart.
No, it's the book. It's the book I read and stole all the right ideas.
You and Mo, which is her husband, before we ever had kids and just coming over to your house and watching the way all of you guys interacted and how the house ran and just getting different, like learning by watching you, but then also talking to you guys about parenting. We're just so lucky to have you guys. Such a good example. You guys are the shining bright light star examples of what we strive to be as parents.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me.
Because look at how your kids turned out. Look at how your guys' relationship is. Like you and Mo, they have the best relationship. They always laugh together. They're always messing around together. They'll just like walk around the kitchen and be like, "Are you kidding me?" You know, and just like make these weird voices and just have fun and play. And
lots of banter.
You guys continue to date each other throughout all of it. And you can just tell.
So sweet.
I'm going to have a big ask for you later. I'm just kidding. I have nothing to ask of you besides don't fart in the bed tonight.
You are the farter. Let's get this straight.
Did I do anything weird in my sleep last night?
No, I didn't even move a centimeter last night. I stayed exactly where I woke up this morning. I'm like, I'm in the same spot. Wow. I slept so soundly.
I've never been one of those people who's like super touchy feely.
I'm
like
not either.
I would never crawl into bed with a friend and spoon them. Or a cousin. I don't know what it...
I wouldn't. I would be like, what are you doing?
Like, do you think are you trying to get it in or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have it?
I would be weirded out even if you came and spooned me. I would.
Now I feel like I should do like a TikTok video where I just do like a reaction of me spooning you. I'm just getting a reaction and posting it, and as a promotion for this podcast. If you know, you know. But now I've told you, so I can't.
No, you can't.
That was a heavy on the wink.
I saw that wink.
What?
I saw it.
What
Alexi.
are you talking about? I would never wink to the camera while you're sitting right there. She was at the hospital the day I was born, so arguably she's known me longer than...
waiting outside the door.
You've known me longer than Allie, my sister.
Oh my gosh.
Because you were in there.
That's true.
You have known me from the second... Did you watch...
Allie was probably there too.
Wait, were you in the room when my mom got the C-section?
With you?
Yeah. Were you in the room? Where
No.
were you?
I was out in the hallway.
Oh.
So she had a C-section with you?
Oh, yeah, because the cord was wrapped around my neck.
I remember that.
Yeah. And every time she'd push, my heart rate would drop. My heart rate would drop. My heart rate would drop, and they were like, okay, what is going on? Aww. And so they had to do an emergency C-section, and the cord was wrapped in a perfect knot around my neck.
Wow.
Satan tried to take me out before I even got here.
Look at you.
Could you imagine if I just was the one you always wondered about? What I would be like?
Yeah.
Like, well, lucky for you. You don't have to wonder. Here I am.
I'm so blessed.
Yeah, you are.
So blessed.
Okay, so what was I like?
Well...
First impression.
You
big head. Large melon.
You had a big melon. You were like my little baby.
I was?
Yeah, because I'm 13. Did we say
13
that?
years older.
Okay.
So I've known you longer than Mo. Yes.
It's true. Much longer.
Sorry, I know you're going to make him listen to this podcast, so sorry, Mauricio. She's mine.
I don't think this podcast should make it on your podcast.
Why?
I feel very... I should have only taken half, maybe.
Of?
Tonight. Of the...
I'ma have myself a good time. I feel alive. And the world. We took an edible.
A whole one.
A whole 10 milligrams.
Yeah, but I don't ever do this, so.
Me neither.
And I keep getting really thirsty.
She has cotton mouth. That's called cotton mouth.
I know.
I think the reason...
I used to be a pothead, you know.
Really? What made you stop?
Rededicated my life to God, and then my then boyfriend, now husband, he found God, and so we both felt like the natural thing would be to stop doing marijuana and drinking and stuff, and so we stopped, and we've grown past that. Some might say we've regressed. Depends on how you look at it.
So what made you high now?
Well, why is there a problem with a plant that God has grown in creation? So, and the medicinal value to it and all of that, like, I think is beautiful.
I love that so much.
Yeah. And I'm not addicted to it. And
yeah, you just do it for funsies sometimes.
Yeah.
Would you rather have THC or alcohol?
Oh, THC.
Really?
Yeah, by far.
Same.
I rarely drink alcohol. It's just, I don't like how I feel.
Yeah.
The next morning. And you're sober. That's right. I forgot about that.
I'm sober, Rover.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been since October 18th.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It is now March 5th, for anybody wondering.
I don't like the feeling of alcohol anymore. And it was since I made poor decisions, like vomiting in first class. You can listen to Itty and Idiot, take Palm Beach, Florida. She's one of my number one podcast listeners, you guys.
Number one fan.
Same as you all listening. She's listening. And she's probably listening to this too right now. Like, oh boy, what did I sound like?
Exactly.
Were you nervous to come on?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't like performing.
There's nothing to perform. This is why it's called unperfect, because I want you to show up as you are, Kurt.
Okay.
Cobain.
I'm not a fun person to listen to, so
I
just
rebuke
don't
that
feel
in the
like-
name of Jesus. Excuse me. You are fun to listen to.
Okay.
See?
Maybe if you know me.
I do know her. And so now do you guys. What? And so do
Hello.
you now, guy. Wow. That definitely came out all jumbled.
And so now do you guys.
Now I know how my dad feels. Honestly. My dad has a apraxia from his stroke. So what that means is he knows the words he's trying to say in his head, but when they come out, they are just jumbled. The wrong words come out. And it's hard for him to word search and find the words. And I felt like that because I knew what I wanted to say, but then they just came out so dyslexic. Sometimes I feel like I have dyslexia. I mean, it's in my name.
Yeah.
Sometimes I make cool words.
When you're reading, do you feel like you have it?
Yeah, like I'll
okay.
skip ahead and, well, not, I'll skip ahead in words and then be like, wait, what was I reading? That's why reading is hard for me, actually. And this is another thing. I always felt like I was a bad reader out loud. Like it would always make me really nervous. You know, when you would go around the class and then each of you would have to read a part of a chapter. I always was like palms sweaty. Like this is really uncomfortable for me. Like just, I felt very insecure in my reading aloud abilities. And I would jump around and lose my train of thought. And it was so scary for me for some reason. But then when I had kids, I used that as an opportunity to get better. And I would read all their books to them out loud.
Oh, yeah.
And it's weird. Like at first it was really like challenging and I felt all these fears and things to overcome. But then now it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like you have to practice things.
Yeah, totally.
And not shy away from them. Otherwise you'll never be better.
It's like what I was saying at pickleball today.
Tell us what you were saying at pickleball.
That was fun today.
Do you like pickleball?
Yeah.
You and your dad should play
I
more.
want to do tennis. I don't
We should
like
play tennis.
pickleball. I like playing it with you guys, but I don't know. I'd rather
You don't
do
like
tennis.
giant ping pong?
Yeah.
It literally is like
I
giant
don't like
ping
all
pong.
the rules.
And we're on the table.
Yeah. That was fun just playing against my dad, but it
He's
was hard
good.
when it was all four of us.
Her dad is a
Coaches?
pickleball coach.
Yeah.
Wait, did you ever answer what I was like as a child?
Well, what age are we talking about? So you were really, really cute baby and little kid, but Allie was
Way
really
cute.
pretty. And you were really cute.
Your sister was beautiful and you were cute. It's true.
I used to beg Aunt Lisa to take her to like Baby Gap to be like a model.
She's
I'd be
really
like, "Aunt
pretty.
Lisa, you need to put Allie in modeling school or something. She's so gorgeous. And you were just really cute.
Thank you. Yeah. Your sister was beautiful. You were cute. I love that. No, but she was. And I see pictures of her and I'm like jealous of how cute she was as a baby. I look like an alien space cadet. It was like I got what was left of the gene pool. Isn't it funny though? Like as your parents have kids, you can see what traits and genes are given to each person.
Yeah.
And I always wonder if my parents had kept reproducing or I kept reproducing, like what traits those kids would have, what they would look like.
I know, it's wild.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the gene pool, genetics.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that meme where someone's like, how I comfort people? And it's like, they have a broom. Yes. They're there.
What is that called? Where we're not physically affectionate.
Yeah. What is that? And why is that? You know how some people are like very like, come up
touchy.
I'm not like
I'm
that.
not like that either. Like I don't naturally give people hugs.
Yeah. It's like
unless I haven't seen you in a really long time and I'm greeting you.
Then otherwise I'm waving.
And you're close.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again, Paul.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in 20 years.
And then you get in contact with somebody who's physical touch is what it's called.
Yes.
And you're just like, what is going on? Why are you all over me?
Like, are you in love with me? I find it very endearing when people are like that.
Mm-hmm.
When they, to a certain extent,
Mm-hmm.
I find it endearing. I feel taken care of and nurtured.
Yeah.
Obviously, with everything, there's extremes. Like, if you
Mhm.
came up to me and motorboated me, I would be like, no, that's too much. But I feel like we just weren't raised.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in our family was super, like, sit on the couch, hold you, like, rub your shoulder,
Yeah.
just, you know. It's
No,
just,
nobody was like that.
No. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So if you ever feel like I'm standoffish and cold if you meet me in real life, it's just because of that. Obviously, I have my listeners that come back week after week and they hear me talk about what happened this week, what's on my mind, thoughts I'm thinking, philosophy, a parasocial relationship.
Oh, yeah, I think
that's what it's called.
yeah.
And obviously, I put stuff out here for you guys to have that relationship with me because I want to reach as many people as I can because remember, if it helps one person, it's worth it. But you've known me longer than literally anybody. Like at the hospital the day I was born. Did you hold me that day?
Probably.
She held me that day.
I don't remember, but.
Probably. What's something that you wish the world knew
Oh.
about me? She's like, you mean your deepest, darkest secrets? You want me to reveal and expose? You want me to do an expose on the Are we trying to get more listeners? What's going on here? The answer is yes.
What I wish people knew about you. That my Aunt Lisa, your mother.
Your mother. Your mother.
Isn't as bad as Alexi made her sound.
I've never
on this
made
podcast.
I've never made her sound bad,
No,
have I?
you've gotten better, I think.
Oh, I started by saying my parents were mean to me.
You are a very generous person in every way.
Really?
So, yeah, you're generous in your time towards people, but with your boundaries, of course. And generous in your spirit. Like, you're just really easy and fun to hang out with, and you're not quick to jump to offense with things. So that's nice. Generous in your home. You're always hosting, and, you know, like, we get to crash at your house and end up staying for like 2 more weeks.
I wish you guys would do that more, honestly.
Yeah.
I wish you had like a mandatory 2-week vacation you had to take at our house.
And with your things and and with your money. You gave us a paddleboard last summer
Oh.
for the lake we live by.
Well, I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me
You
happy.
guys are great. I just
I-
love you guys.
We love you more.
Yeah. That's okay. You can
No,
think
you're
that.
supposed to fight me. We're supposed to duel on this. We're supposed to do a 2-minute plank
Yeah.
Can you do a 2-minute
No,
plank?
I don't think so.
Do you want to try on the podcast?
Sure.
Really?
Sure.
Guys, we are going to do a 2-minute plank. So this is the point of the podcast where you jump to YouTube to watch this all go down. And we will see who loves the other one more based off who wins the plank.
And hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah.
And
And leave a 5-star review.
tell her what you ate for lunch.
Ooh, yeah. Send me a DM with what you ate for lunch. Guys, this is the first ever 2-minute plank on Unperfect with Alexi. I'm so excited for this. And it's with Bra Bra.
This is not fair because I haven't done a plank
Nobody
in a very long time.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Look at us, planking and whatnot. I'm so excited to
You
see.
can do this. Come on.
Okay, so that's why I do 2-minute planks, because I feel like they really put in your head that you have to, it's mind over matter with literally everything. Like, if you can do a 2-minute plank, you can do literally anything in your day. Because this is isometric movement, and it's hard, because all you're doing is just standing here. And I've noticed that if I talk, it helps me, but I know that when people talk at me when I'm planking, I'm like, shut up, I'm suffering. Let me suffer in silence. But, how do you feel?
I feel okay.
Big ouch?
I think I can do it.
Okay, you can do it. Yeah, and this is mind over matter. This is mindset. If you could do a 2-minute plank, you could
Exactly.
do anything. A 2-minute plank a day keeps the limiting beliefs away. Did you know that?
I can feel this. This feels good.
And it works your arms, your shoulders.
I don't have my feet together.
That's fine.
Are they supposed to be?
You can have
Was I
whatever you
cheating?
want. Put your butt down.
so that she's here for me.
You're doing a downward dog. She's doing yoga.
I can do this for 2 minutes.
Squeeze your butt. Okay, strong arms. Push up through your arms. Don't lock them out though. Lock your butt. Squeeze your core. Don't put your knees down.
I'm laughing too
You
hard.
have 30 seconds
Oh my
left. You
gosh.
can do anything. Stay strong. If you can do this, you can do literally anything. Keep it up. You have 25 seconds left. We're in the 20 seconds. You got this. You can do it. 20
I'm
seconds.
like-
You're in the teens. You're in the teens. You can do anything for 15 seconds, which is what we have left.
Clench my butt.
Yeah, clench your butt. Push out your arms. No, don't do it. You have 10 seconds left. No, you almost made it. Are you kidding?
I'm laughing too hard.
All right, well, I love you more. And it's just been
Oh my
proven. It's been proven that I love Bra Bra more because I finished my plank. You guys all saw that on camera. Maybe I should have all my guests challenge me to a 2-minute plank off. Wouldn't that be fun?
Alexi,
Isn't that hard?
that was so hard once I actually started planking.
Right?
No, like the whole first minute I was just
You had your
and
butt.
I'm like, this isn't as hard as I thought it would be. Wow.
Like, this is really actually easy. I like this a lot.
So these are planks, yeah.
Now that I have proven that I love you more, can you please tell the world what kind of mark you want to leave on it?
What kind of mark I want to leave on the world?
Yes.
That I was a good and decent human being, and that I left my kids as good people who love Jesus and want to do good for humanity, you know, and
Amen.
I think that's the best mark is changing others, you know.
Ooh, by being the change you want to see.
Yeah.
All right, on that note, we're going to continue writing out this high together off camera, but don't forget to subscribe, like, review, leave a little comment. I love reading them, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
See you next Tuesday.
Isn't that a good one?